These are 30 things that I now know in my 30s that I wish I knew in my 20s. Define what you want. Clarity is key here. Knowing exactly what you're aiming for allows you to plan on how you're going to get there. Most people don't actually know what they want. They just want what they think they want. Do the thing that you need to do to get what you want. The only thing that is doing the thing is doing the thing. Come this time next week, think about what would you've needed to have done and what would have needed to have happened for you to feel like you've moved forward and for you to feel like you've made progress. You don't have all the time in the world, so start early. It's so easy in your 20s to think you've got so much time and you put things off because you're like, I can just do that later. But time is the most precious resource and you can't get that back. Whether it's learning a new skill, starting investing, or just working on your dreams. Start now and you'll be thankful later down the line. There are no shortcuts to building wealth. The more you look for these shortcuts and get quick rich schemes, the actual slower your progress is going to be. Focus on consistent and smart decision making over a long period of time. No one is coming to save you. Relying on others is just a recipe for stagnation. Ultimately, you're responsible for your own success. Take control and steer your life in the direction you want. There is no such thing as overnight success. People very rarely achieve greatness without years of hard graft behind it. That's just what it appears like. So don't fall into the trap of thinking people just got lucky. Have patience, because most likely those people that appeared to have overnight success would have put in years of hard work before they got there. Stop complaining. Complaining about your problems is just a waste of energy and it's not going to fix them. Don't be that person that complains about their situation and then does nothing about it. Work in days, not weeks. Break down your projects into daily tasks so you can see that progress on a daily basis rather than having to wait weeks to measure that progress. Also, don't set your task over the course of a week because it will take you that long to do. The time you set to do a task is usually the time that it takes to do it. So if you want to do a task for the week, set yourself specific days you're going to work on those tasks rather than just thinking, this is the stuff that I have to do for the week, because it will usually take you the whole week to do it. Fail fast and fail forward. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and actually embrace making mistakes because it gives you an opportunity to learn from it and move on. And the more you can embrace that, the more normal it feels. And the more you can make it feel normal, the more you can learn from it and the more you'll actually grow in the long run. What got you here won't get you there. Make sure you're willing to learn, adapt and evolve. Just because something got you to where you are now doesn't mean it will work going forward. So don't get complacent into thinking you can just keep doing the same thing. Make sure you're open to changing your strategy or approach. Double or triple your estimate for big expenses. When budgeting for major projects or purchases, always overestimate the cost. There could be some hidden costs that you might not have thought about, and just having a cushion prevents you from having any nasty surprises and allows you to plan more accurately. If you save money on big expenses, invest the difference. Cutting costs on major expenses isn't just about saving. It's an opportunity for you to grow your wealth. By investing the money you save, you set up a system where your money can work for you over time. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. Whether it's learning a new skill, starting investing, or developing a habit, it's so easy when you're young to put things off because you feel like you've got so much time, but compounding takes time. So the sooner you can start, the more results you're going to see and the quicker you're going to see them. And also don't think that it's ever too late to start because most likely in 6 months or a year's time, you'll regret just not starting anyway. So never think that it's too late to start. Learn to say no. Saying no is such a powerful way to safeguard your time and priorities. This comes back to defining what you want, because the more specific you can be about what you want and what you want to achieve, when it comes to making a decision, you can always ask yourself, does this align with my priorities and what I want to achieve? Making promises to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, make sure you do it. Treat the relationship with yourself exactly the same way as you'd treat a friend. If a friend said they were going to do something for you, or they were going to turn up at a specific time, and they never did over numerous occasions, you would eventually stop trusting that person. That's the relationship you have with yourself. The language you use and your following actions go a long way to building confidence and momentum. Outwork your imposter syndrome. That nagging feeling of not being good enough is best beaten by putting in the work. I know that sounds simple, but when you consistently outwork that doubt, that's when you build real confidence and expertise. So keep turning up. People must be open to change. Information alone won't help. You can have all the advice and data in the world, but if you're not willing to adapt, nothing will change. Embrace new ideas and be flexible in your approach to truly progress. Be careful who you take advice from. Not all advice is created equal. Be careful of taking advice from someone who hasn't done what you're trying to do. It doesn't mean you can't get opinions from others, but just make sure you're aware of the experiences that someone has had before taking too much advice from them. Have regular check-ins. Make sure you set aside time on a regular basis to review your progress and to adjust your plans accordingly. Not only will this help you with accountability, but it also ensure that you're staying on track towards your goals. Focus on one thing at a time. Sometimes multitasking and trying to do too many things at once leaves us a bit muddled and confused about where our priorities lie. It also means that we're sometimes spreading ourselves too thin. So my advice would be to focus on one task first, get that done properly before you move on to the next one. You don't have to be perfect, just start. So many people wait until they're good enough to do something before they start, and that day is never going to come. You're never going to feel good enough. You're never going to feel like you're ready. So just start, and that's where you improve. Whatever it is, whether it's learning a new skill, developing a habit, just start. And then from there, you build up a track record. You build up that habit and you learn from it. And that's how you grow. And that's how you get good at doing the thing. Celebrate the journey or you'll always feel behind. Focusing solely on the destination can leave you feeling perpetually unsatisfied. Allow yourself to acknowledge and celebrate those small victories along the way. You want to be able to look forward to these little wins. That's what's going to keep you motivated and keep you moving forward. Avoid surrounding yourself with doom and gloom. You are the sum of the people you surround yourself with. Make sure you've got a good inner circle. Seek out people that encourage you and believe in your potential. Don't let negative people drain your energy and derail your progress. It's okay to talk about your struggles. This is so important, and being able to openly talk about your problems is the first step in overcoming them. You're not alone on this journey, and you may be surprised about when you do open up to people closest to you, about how they can relate and how you can have that shared experience. And that's where growth is really fostered. Mornings are so important. How you start your day really sets the tone for everything that follows. Carve out a good morning routine that energizes you, and you'll find that everything else later in the day feels a lot smoother. You're always going to be more productive in the morning than the evening. Allow your evenings to wind down, relax, get your work done in the morning, get it out of the way, and you can relax later on. That will help you with your sleep, your recovery, and you'll feel better in the mornings because of it. So don't waste those mornings. Get up early, get the stuff that you need to get done first thing, and then you can get on with the rest of the day and relax in the evening. Success is personal. You don't have to follow societal norms. Success is not one size fits all. What works for someone else may not work for you, and vice versa. Don't let someone else's definition of success define what success means for you. Have your own goals, be yourself, and do your own thing. You get to decide what success looks like and what that means to you. Don't rush to find your niche. It's perfectly fine to explore and experiment. Allow yourself that freedom and flexibility to do different things. You don't have to pigeonhole yourself right away. Allow your interest to evolve naturally and settle on what truly resonates with you over time. Base your goals around behaviors rather than outcomes. So you can still have that big outcome goal, but then break that down into smaller sub-goals and make sure they're based around behaviors. So think about, what do you need to be doing on a regular basis to get you towards that outcome? So rather than just thinking about, I need to have a set outcome, such as I need to lose X amount of body weight. Rather than just having an outcome goal, break that down into behaviors and what habits you need to do on a regular basis, whether that's changes to your diet or exercise. That's what's going to get you towards those goals. Build those habits and make sure you're progressing and holding yourself accountable at the same time. Have more fun. Money should enhance your life. Financial security is meant to give you freedom, but it shouldn't tie you down to endless stress. Don't forget to enjoy life along the way. Spend money on experiences that bring you joy and enrich your life. Calculate what you can set aside for these fun experiences, so that it still fits in with your other goals and priorities. Don't be misled by people's surface level wealth. We see this all too often with the growth of social media. Make sure you're not comparing someone else's highlight reel to your behind the scenes, because it's just not reality. You don't see what that other person has had to sacrifice to get to where they are, but also what they don't show you on social media. They're wanting to show you the best parts of their life. So make sure that you're not thinking that is what they do all the time, because there's usually sacrifices that you don't see. The only person you're competing with is yourself. Let me know if there's any others that you would have included in this video. I appreciate you watching and I hope it helped. I will see you in the next one.